All right, so y'all know Mondays be a little weird sometimes, but I mean, it is some decent setups this morning. But kind of want to be aware of both the upside and the downside. Don't want to rule anything out. Don't want to be too bullish or too bearish, kind of near the all-time highs. So we'll kind of start with SPY, and as always here. One thing that I do see that can be a little concerning, possibly, is SPY right here. Kind of look like it may be trying to form like a head and shoulders a little bit, depending on, what happens over here, but could be forming a head and shoulders, right? So when you have a head and shoulders pattern, you also have to take into account where is the neckline, right? So you have the head, the two shoulders, and the neckline. That's what makes the head and shoulders pattern. The neckline is the place of support that it needs to break to confirm this pattern, right? So right here, right at 507. See, I had put into the chat, SPY puts under 507. And I put that in there because I seen this thing maybe trying to form, right? So this is a head and shoulders pattern, depending on, what we do up in here. If we start to break out above 509, it would be invalidated. But anything under 509 is really still the head and shoulders pattern. Under 507, we will be breaking the neckline here, right? And then where I would be targeting, honestly, is down here around this 505. I mean, you could really probably push it up just a little bit if you want it to be a little safer. 505.7, somewhere around there, but it can be a really, a decent drop under this, right? So the level says around 507. If we was to take the length of the impulse move, or this time, well, the length of the neckline to the head, this case, if we was to take that and see, okay, well, how far does it say it can go? We put this at the neckline. You put that at the neckline, this says 503, right? So which kind of sends us right back to down here almost, right? Puts us right back into this area of demand a little bit right there. So um yeah, I mean the pattern is there, it's just determined it's gonna be determined by what the market does, but it's definitely there. So anything below 509, you're at danger of still falling. If you start to get above 509, and I think we'd be possibly looking at some new highs, possibly. Um, so that's that. That's SPY. So let me know if that makes sense on SPY. Let me know if that makes sense while I start to get the other one going because we don't got a whole bunch of time until the market opens. Let's see. Thing that is number one on my watch list today is MU. So if you look at MU, right? So from the daily, you won't be able to see it because the daily candle hasn't opened. But from here, this was the level, right? You probably be able to see a little bit better on the 4 hour. Yeah, you see a little bit better on the 4 hour. This was the previous, high right here. It's not the all-time high because you have more levels, but recent high, this is it right here. So we couldn't break 90. We're kind of struggling at that point a little bit right now, but it's in pre-market, so it's, it is what it is. But above 90, the next level that I have is 93. So it can be a really good move. Um, and the reason that it's up like this because they have some kind of something that they're doing is going to be packaged with Nvidia, something like that. It's a little bit more specific than that, but they got some good news with Nvidia right now, right? So kind of looking at this above 90 is kind of what we're looking at here. Um, so I like to think about things as far as scenarios, something that you could see. Let's see, what could we see? We could see a little push above, retest for it to keep going. That's one thing that we could see. I would prefer the thing that I like the most is if it was to open above the level and get back below. So that would look something like this. If this was to open above the level, for it to come back down below and then get pushed back up, kind of like how SPY did the other day. That was, I think it was Thursday, something like that. But that would be a good thing to see. Or, we could have just a push, then we would be looking for some type of pullback entry. That would be another thing we could see. But we're leaning bullish on this. Either way, is we're leaning bullish. So looking for a bullish confirmation, bullish entries here. So maybe a push up and a bullish hammer, or a push up in some type of pattern, something like that. That's what we're kind of looking for. Looking for some bullish entries up in here above 90, right? So always keep in mind, it's not just about the level, right? It's about what's happening at the level. That's what's important. You don't buy just because it hits a certain spot. If you're doing that, I mean, I'm not saying you can't do that, but it's a lot more risky to do that than to wait on confirmation. So that's MU. Another one we had was Mara. I didn't know that they had earnings coming up very, very soon. So that kind of does deter me a little bit. But honestly, I haven't taken an earnings gamble in a while. I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to swinging it through earnings just because I like the technical so much. I wouldn't be opposed to doing it, but I definitely wouldn't be risking a lot on that, you know. But above 25 here is where I was expecting a push because of Bitcoin. If you look at Bitcoin right here, Bitcoin right here. Oh, I think I got it on the other one. I don't know the difference between these, but I think I got it charted on this one. Yeah. All right. Bitcoin right here is in a bull flag. All right, bull flag pattern. So the idea that I'm thinking here is if we can get Bitcoin to break out and for Mara to get above that key level, we should be good to go on that Mara play. And I would expect it for Bitcoin to be pushing around 58K is where I had the next spot that I was expecting. Um, so looking at around there. So Mara should definitely be creating some more higher highs if Bitcoin can get there. So that's what I'm looking at. And also the Apple play, we'll go over that real quick because the market is about to open. Apple said Apple puts below 180. So Apple right here, I'll throw up the 200. So look at the 200 right here. So Apple retested the 200, failed. Also has a bearish engulfing. So it failed the 200, has a bearish engulfing. And then you have this clear, super clear level right here, right? So if it breaks 180, we're gonna come down, right? So it's pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. What do I think about AMD? I'm still in it right now because I didn't. Ah man, I didn't want to sit on a day that the whole market was kind of disappointing. What I will say here is, and it was also like an inside day. Um, the stock was up almost $20 on Thursday, so a pullback was going to make percentage pretty high on the pullback just because it was up so much. Um, but for AMD, I mean, it's kind of the same exact level still. So it needs to get above, it really needs to get above 180 first. So if it can get above 180, then we could be decent. But if it doesn't, and we start to get back down here, then I'm gonna look to cut. So AMD is on a tight leash. She on a tight leash for sure. Very tight leash on AMD. Very tight leash. So we're looking at MU first here. Looking at MU. Be aware that the contracts are going to be pretty inflated. Sheesh, hold on, man. Dang. I'm sitting here looking at my phone, it just started going. But let's see. Let's see if we get some type of pullback entry. or something like this. We're above the level, so that's good. Get some type of pullback entry. That could be really, really good. Mm. All right, my Mara price alert just went off as well. It just hit what was it? One, I mean 24.9. So watching MU right here, watching MU. You see, all you got to be careful, bro, because this thing was just at 91, just dropped the whole dollar. It just dropped the whole dollar. So you gotta be careful. All right. Let's see. Let's look at the contracts. The contracts, MU, you're gonna have to pay over 100 for it. One, so keep that in mind. But the ones that look decent, anything from 90, honestly, anything from 90 to 93 is okay. Preferably 90 to 92 is where I would like to be. That's where I would rather be. Okay, yeah, it's a nice candle. I'm going to looking at the 91s, looking at 91s right here. It's going to be volatile. So I'm looking at 91 right now. Not in yet, but I'm looking at 91. 91 calls. Jeez, it's going to be crazy. I feel like it's going to be a crazy trade. What I think about AMD. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Let's see. 24 hours contract. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by that. What do you mean by 24 hours contract? I mean, one day. Now it ain't gonna be no 1 day contracts on MU. They only expire every Friday. All right. Looking at MU right here. Might be a potential entry come up in just a second right here. Honestly, I would say probably might start off with one, bro, because this thing might go crazy. Um, let's start off. I'm gonna start off with one right here on a small account at 1.85. Just because it's super volatile. AMD, like it pulled back a little bit. Like I said, just one because this thing is probably gonna go crazy. Like it's way super super volatile, but I do like the way it's holding the level. Yeah, I got in 1.85 for the 91 call. That's what I got. I just grabbed one. I grabbed this one on the small account, so I just grabbed one for right now. If we get a push up and we consolidate a little bit, I'll look to add, but just one for right now. I took that one on a small account. New Orleans. Oh yeah, I ain't go to New Orleans yet. I'm going in the middle of March. I was in Orlando this past weekend. I'm going to New Orleans in the middle of March. I got the 91 for this week. I have 91 for this week expiration. Yeah, so yeah, man, y'all put me on the good places in New Orleans, man. Y'all put me on the good places. Only thing I really got, that's solidified as a plan right now is the Pelicans game. Be going to the Pelicans game. It's the only thing I have that's just solidified. Let's see if we can push the higher day. I'm gonna try to let this thing run, man. Like I just have one contract, so I'm trying to let this thing run, see what we can do with this. So it's up like 11% right now. Okay, so it just hit new high of day here. It's up 18% right now. But it's very volatile. So I might try to, I ain't gonna lie, I might try to hold this thing just because, I only got one contract. Um, only got one contract, and it's just so much possible room up here. Next place I got is like 93, so it's up 24% right now. Hey, my camera wasn't even on. My camera ain't even been on the whole time. All right, the camera should be on right now. The one time we don't grab multiple contracts and want to take off, would have got a regular position size on this. Would have been up over $100 already, but um, it's doing okay right now. I plan on holding, but it might not show you. It might not show you, but I can't see it. But I mean, it keeps blanking it out. It's the 91 call, but I plan on holding for a minute, because it's one contract, so it's not a whole bunch of risk. And the play just has a lot of potential, so I want to try to get the most out of it. It's up 25% right now. Anybody get in that with me? The MU? Anybody hop in the MU? Cause it's going, it's crazy trade. So it's going crazy. So what I might here do for the sake of the small account, for the sake of the small account, uh, trying to see, do I want to just keep holding or take profit and re-enter? Since it does look good though. All right, say got in the 90 call. Yeah, you should be up more than me then. You definitely should be up more than me. Say it didn't feel. Yeah, I mean it was moving pretty fast, so moving pretty fast. You say I did, but mine get in, it always enter at the highest point. What you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yours feel at 269, huh? Wait a minute. Nah, okay, so let me see. So the thing about like when like when you take a sit or anything like that, you don't want to get in like if you just miss it like completely. You don't want to get in if you just miss it completely. So like if I get in at like 185, I would say like anything within five to 5 to 10 um dollars would be like okay. But like if you got in MU at, I don't think it hit 2.6 that contract, but depending on what contract you got, because the contract got up at the most, it was like $45. So that contract shouldn't have hit that. But you just always want to be aware of kind of where you get in at. Sometimes if you miss it, you just want to kind of wait. Kind of like now. I mean, the contracts came all the way back down right now. But, you know, yeah, the 3-1, nah, it didn't go that high. It ain't went that high. Yeah, and it's down now. Yeah, it is. So it's getting sold off. I want to look to add if we start to bounce, that's why I want to kind of look to add another contract or two. You see this 5 minute candle right here. Got to push above. Now it's kind of pulling back down to the level. All right, AMD came all the way back down. So AMD done turned, is it negative for the day? Let's see AMD. Yeah, AMD has turned negative for the day. So might be getting ready to cut AMD. Might be getting ready to cut AMD because still rejecting. See where it's SPY. The SPY's still around close to where it opened up around there. So Apple is pushing down. See, Tesla is at 196, almost 197. MU needs to bounce pretty soon. If not, then AMD and let's see, Nvidia probably gonna be pushing it down because QQQ is getting pushed down right now, as well as SPY. So that's not a good sign. You said they pushing. Nah, AMD is going down. AMD ain't pushing up. AMD is going down. AMD is going down right now. SPY is now below 508. So SPY is starting to push down right now. Yeah, it's pushing down. So you got to watch SPY if it gets to that 507. Hmm. Yeah, AMD is not going to be breaking out. EA. I think the ideal time to hop in it would have been around the 97 on Friday. I mean, it has bounced right now, which I mean, it's not, I don't think it's too late, but it doesn't have any, I just don't think it has any volume to sustain a move right now. Like it needs some type of news or something. It needs some type of news. Kind of feels like one of those instances where kind of got to just be in to catch the move. That's what it really feels like. But I don't know which way the move is going to go. That's the problem. That's the problem with that. FedEx. I mean, it has a gap. I mean, it looks okay, but nothing that I'm too interested in, honestly. Not FedEx. It looks like kind of missed that move a little bit. Yeah, coin looks decent. I mean, all of the I think all of the crypto stuff looks really, really good. Coin, Mara, Riot. Feel like you can't really go wrong with any of them right now. Especially the way Bitcoin looks. I don't think you can go wrong with anything crypto in any swing trades. No, not right now. Not right now. I see what else is moving, if anything. What else is moving? You got SPY. SPY's at 508. SPY's at 508. QQQ still kind of pushing down. It's at 436. So it has turned negative. Say XOM and GM. What are they doing? XOM. XOM. Man, that thing it just is playing around at 104 or the 105 to 103. Keeps playing around that level. In any swing trades, no, not at the moment. Only thing I think that would look decent as a swing, it's like Mar that Mar and Riot. I think those the only things I would be looking at. But then again, I don't like to play things when they get near earnings. I didn't know that their earnings was all but tomorrow or whatever. I hate playing things near earnings. At what point am I thinking to add? I want to get into the position good if we can hold 90. That's why I want to get into the position good. So kind of want to see it one get back above, but then it kind of start to hold a little bit. That's what I would love to see. Unless we get a big volume spike, that's where I would want to go in with a couple more contracts. Right now it's negative. It's negative $40. right now. So I either want to see some volume come in or for us to kind of be holding a little bit. That's what I would like to see. For me to grab, what is it? I've only got $185 of equity into it now. So the position sizing for the small cap is gonna be like 350 to 500, depending on how confident, but the market isn't super strong. So I probably just add one more, me personally. I'm gonna be looking at adding another one. Want to see some volume or for it to, if it closes above, to kind of see it kind of do something like that, like just to show that it's gonna hold the level. You still don't have a whole bunch of volume. You don't have a huge volume spike yet. So you might play more Arthur Wright. Yeah, I don't think it would be a bad idea. I don't think it would be a bad idea. I'm thinking about it. I don't think it would be a bad idea at all. I wouldn't be mad at it. Wonder what we're gonna get here. Are you going to get, something like that? You gonna get that, or are you about to get this right here? Which one are you about to get? That looks like two things possible right there. Tesla, yeah, I seen it was moving good earlier. See what they're doing right now. Dang, they back at 198. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, moving pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. Just don't got a lot of volume right now. You need some volume to get that push back up. I think it can easily push to highs and probably a lot further, but you do need some volume, which is just hard right now because SPY and QQQ, it ain't helping you a whole lot. SPY and QQ not helping you a whole lot here. You say go ahead, load up some who need buys and step in. No, God. Oh God. For real. For real. That's why I said didn't want to add anything yet. Not until it proves it can hold at 90. Keeps rejecting it at 90. And it's looking like it's trying to break down more. So you kind of need it to kind of step in with some volume soon. Kind of just floating around the levels right here. We can get past 90, it'll be good. For ad, it's probably gonna continue upward. But if it doesn't, if it starts to break down, it ain't gonna do it. Not right now, at least. You can always get a re-entry, but you know, SPY is still kind of in range, trying to push back down. So ain't no telling, man. Ain't no telling what it's going to do. There is no telling. The one we focused on when play around. Look at Mara. Look at Mara. Mara almost about to hit the first target in a minute. Dang. The one we focused on, we want to play. The one we didn't focus on is taking off, but I still like this one. I still like this one. This one is actually better as far as how much you have to put in to make something. This one would actually be better because if we can get a good ad, we can get a good ad here soon. If it gets back to the highs, you're gonna be up a lot. You're gonna be up a lot. Where's the volume, bro? Volume still so low, man. That's the only thing I don't like. The only thing I don't like is the volume. Starting to look decent for an ad, but typically want to see a little volume, but we'll see. Wait for MU to break and hold above 90. Yeah. So we're already kind of in, but looking for MU to hold above 90 or to give us a good volume spike to add to what we have to take it back up here, up here and beyond. That's what we're looking for right now. But as of right now, it's not holding 90 as of right now. So you need that volume spike or you need it to close above very nicely. You need one of the two. If it doesn't give you that, then the play is kind of iffy. Let's see what it looks like from the 1 minute. Say you bought three, took one for the team. So you the reason that it went up then. You the reason they went up. Nah, I'll probably grab a few in a second. I'll probably grab a few. Let's see what it looks like on the Rooster Clouds. Expiration that I have is week. I got weekly expiration. I have weekly expiration 90 call. This thing got no volume, man. That's aggravating. Let's see. One good thing that I say right now is you do have a bit of, let's see, let me show you, like a higher low type deal here. So now from this point, you can possibly say, possibly you definitely want to move up your stop at this point. I would do the stop under here, because that's the higher low. But we need to break this right here though too. You can break that, and then you got the good possibility to run 10:30 and 10:45. Yeah, everything be kind of digesting a little bit. Mhm. So now you just need the volume spike. I will. I'm gonna add. I'm gonna add here. You still need that volume spike, bro. Need the volume, but moving up the stop. The stop is still actually kind of far, to be honest with you. This is not a. That's not a short distance. So, um, not a short distance. That does look pretty good though. At the 15 minute. That does look pretty good on the 15 minute. So at this point, you need volume. That's all you're missing right now. Yeah, getting close to 10:30. Y'all know I be having to leave, but kind of want to give y'all the game plan. So what I would tell y'all is I do like it. I do like it to, keep going, especially the QQQ gets back going. I do like it to continue. Just be aware, of kind of what you're doing here because this is a pretty far like stop as far as how far can it go until it starts to look bad? Because honestly, anything above here, you're still technically good, in all reality. So kind of use that to your discretion as far as how comfortable you are with risk. Because I like to do mine by the chart. So the chart says you're good anywhere above here. But if you are the type to do, by percentage, you're gonna be down a bigger percentage if you have your stop way down here. And that's just the reality of it. So you gotta just think about how do you like to do yours. I do mine by the chart. Um, that's just how I do. But I do like it. I do like it. Kind of look at AMD and Nvidia. See if I need that. AMD and Nvidia. I mean, it look okay, but Nvidia looks good. Say it's my target, the high of day. Yeah, that's why I would say the first target. My first target is high of day, but above high of day, I would like to see it start to push to that 93 area. But the thing is, you need a good market for it to do that. Right now, you don't really have that, so you can look to take your profits here if you're comfortable with that. But like I said, don't hold just because I hold. Don't base what you do off of me. But that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm aiming for. Once we got in, it shot up 25% in a few minutes. And I was like, I'm gonna hold because I want the bigger move. So it was up over 25%, but I decided to hold because I want to try to catch all of it. So all right, so it's finna hit 10:30. So y'all know I'll be having to leave at 10:30. But this is the trade that I'm in. Looking forward to push up at least to here, but The market is a little iffy, so use to your discretion how much you want to risk. But that is what I this is what I like. This is what I like. Show you what it looks like from a larger time frame and why we like it, because this level here, you can expect it to struggle because this was a super key area right here, right? So it's no coincidence that it's kind of struggling there. But if it proves to hold above, look for it to push higher. The next level, as far as the key levels, I made this. This was the high of day from today, so we can label that. We can label that high of day. That's the high of day from today. The next key level isn't until 93, right? So, just to kind of give you a little reference, is it shot up a little bit, right? So it shot up like $1 and we're up 25%. So if it gets to that 93.5, you're gonna be up quite a bit. So my mindset is always I'd rather risk a little bit to try to make a lot. That's why I kind of like the larger time frame type plays, because I'd rather risk a little bit to catch a huge move than to just get a little bit of it. So that's kind of my mindset with things. But that's what I'm looking at. I'll update y'all, throughout the day as to, if I could add whatever. But probably won't add no more just because the market's not super strong. So I kind of update y'all what I do with position, but this is the play that I like. Kind of look at Mara too. Mad I didn't at least just put to one contract on Mara because it is, I mean, it's already hit the first target, going for the second one. So yeah, Mara took off. That was the one that should have been looking at. When I seen that they had earnings, I kind of was like, because I don't really like earnings, me personally. But I'll update y'all throughout the day what we do, man. So appreciate y'all hopping on. Let's hope MU make us a lot of money right here. Because if it starts to go, it's going to. So we'll keep and monitor what it does. I appreciate y'all. Y'all let me know if y'all got any questions. Like I said, we'll be at work, so I'm gonna get back with y'all as soon as I can. So I appreciate y'all. Let's make this money, y'all.